Hello friends, welcome back to Automation Tech Guru, your go-to source for everything automation, AI and the future of testing. In the podcast series Artificial Intelligence and Automation Testing and Software Testing, in my previous episode 1, Introduction of Artificial Intelligence in Automation Testing and Software Testing, where we have seen that understanding AI, the basics, traditional versus AI powered automation testing, applications and key benefits of AI in automation testing, real world example and case studies, myths and misconceptions about AI in testing, and the future of AI in software testing. Today we are diving into the topic that sparks endless debate in the tech world: machine learning versus artificial intelligence and their real world impact on test automation. We often hear these terms used interchangeably, but what do they actually mean? How do they differ? And more importantly, how they are shaping the way we test software today. In this episode, we will break down the core difference between AI and ML, explore how they power modern test automation tools, and discuss whether they are truly replacing manual testers or simply enhancing their capabilities. By the end of this episode, you will have a crystal clear understanding of how AI and ML differ, their impacts on test automation, and how you as a tester automation tester can harness these technologies for your career. So if you are an automation engineer, a tester looking to upskill, or just someone fascinated by AI's role in software test development, this episode is for you. So agenda for today. So today's agenda is segment 1 we will see the understanding the basics. In segment 2, the impacts on intelligence on test automation. In the segment 3, we will see the impacts of machine learning on test automation. The segment 4, real world impacts in testing, some case studies. In segment 5, we will see looking ahead the future of AI and ML in testing. And in the last segment, we will wrap up and then we will see the final thoughts. So let's start. Segment 1, understanding the basics. Let's start with the bit of background. So artificial intelligence and machine learning are two of the biggest buzzwords in tech today. They are reshaping industries and software testing in no exception. So introduction of AI and ML. So the journey of AI is computing started decade ago, but today it's become more relevant than ever in the world of automation testing. Traditionally, test automation relied on predefined scripts and fixed rules. If a UI element changed, test would break, requiring manual intervention. But with AI and ML powered tools, testing has become smarter, adaptive, and more resilient. Before we deep dive into their impact, let's first define what AI and ML actually means in a simple terms. So defining AI and ML in a simple terms. So for people often use AI and ML interchangeably, but they are not same. So what is artificial intelligence? So AI refers to the broader concept of machines performing tasks that would normally require human intelligence. This includes decision making, problem solving, understanding language recognition patterns, and even making predictions. This is think of AI as a system that mimics human cognition, machine learning. So ML is actually a subset of AI. It's especially referred to the ability of systems to learn from data without being explicitly programmed. Instead of following fixed rules, ML algorithm actually analyze large amount of test execution data, recognize patterns, and improve over time. So example, if you want to make it clear, so the example is, imagine AI is a robot with intelligence capable of making decisions like human, but how does it get smarter? That's where ML is come. So basically machine learning is coming when uh, how it does it get smarter. And it's like teaching the robot by showing it thousands of examples and letting it learn from past experience. So key differences between AI and ML in test automation. So now that we understand the definition, understanding the difference between AI and ML is crucial for testers. It helps you choose the right tools and techniques for automating tests effectively. Let's explore how they differ in the context of test automation. So definition, if you go through with the definition, AI simulates the human intelligence for decision making, but machine learning uses data to learn patterns and make predictions. Role in testing, so automate AI automates the decision making, test or execution, but machine learning identifies patterns in test failures and suggests improvement. Example in testing, so AI basically self-healing test script, visual testing, and intelligent test creation. But for the ML, basically, it is predicting flaky tests, analyzing defect patterns, and test optimization. So if we compare them to the software testers, AI is like an experienced senior tester who knows when and how to make the decision on the fly. But ML is like a junior tester intern who observe previous test runs, learn from mistakes, and get better over time. Traditional versus AI ML driven test automation. So most traditional test automation tools such as Selenium or APM, Test Complete, or Cypress rely on predefined rules and scripts. If the UI of an application change, the script will fail, and tester need to manually fix it. On the other hand, if you are using the AI-driven automation tool like Test IM, Apply Tools, Mavel, Functionize, and Catalan offer features such as self-healing test, basically that adapts the UI changes, smart element locators, they don't break with minor code updates. Visual AI testing, basically it is for to detect the UI anomalies. Predictive analysis, it is basically to identify the flaky or redundant test. So for this, if you go through the real world example, imagine you have an automation test for an e-commerce website. Traditional automation, if a button's ID change from the button checkout to maybe button purchase to so then the test case will fail. But for the if you are using the AI driven automation, the system recognizes that the button function isn't changed and adopts the test script automatically. So it basically preventing the unnecessary failures. This shift from fixed automation to intelligence automation is what makes AI and ML so powerful in the testing world. Why testers should care about AI and ML? So some testers worry that AI will replace them, but in reality, AI and ML are designed to enhance testing, not eliminate human testers. Here is why you should care. So basically, ML helps testers make better decisions. So by ML helps testers make better decisions by identifying patterns and defects, test failures, and production issues. AI-powered testing reduce the test maintenance and improve efficiency, allowing tester to focus on high-value tasks. AI can take over repetitive tasks like maintaining flaky skips, and executing the regression test. Demand for AI and ML skills in testing is increasing, so making it a valuable skill for future proofing your career. And what is the takeaway for this? So takeaway, instead of fearing AI, tester should embrace it is a powerful assistant that reduces tedious work and enables smarter testing strategies. So in the segment 1, we explore all the basics from the AI and ML, and we compare both of them. Next is segment 2, the impacts of AI on test automation. So we explore the basics of AI and machine learning in test automation. Now let's focus on the how AI is making a major impact in test automation by reducing maintenance, enhancing efficiency, and enabling intelligence decision making. Most traditional test automation tools such as AI, Selenium, APM, UFT, test complete rely on the predefined scripts written using static locators and like XPath, CSS selector. These scripts will work well until there is a change in the UI and or application behavior, leading to high maintenance, overhead, and flaky tests. But in the AI driven automation changes this by making testing smarter and more adaptive. AI analyze application in real time, detect the changes, and update script automatically, reducing test maintenance effort. So why traditional test automation has limitations? Uh, High maintenance overhead. So frequently UI change. If a web page, a button ID or a structure change, script will break. Manual script updates. So tester have to must be frequently update locators in the test script. Time consuming maintenance. So teams spend more time fixing tests than testing new features. For example, a shopping cart's add to cart button ID change from add button to add button new, then Selenium script will fail because it cannot find the button name by its name. Next is brittle test script that break easily, hard coded locators. So in the traditional automation tools rely on the fixed locators, XPath or CSS selector. Those are basically a dynamic or hard coded locators. Small UI changes cause failures. So basically, even a minor UI tweak break script, leading to the flaky test, high false failure rate. So test fails even when the functionality is working, making debugging difficult. For example, a login page changes its button style, like input type to submit or button class is login button. The Selenium test will fail even though the login functionality works fine. Next is false positive, false negative in test automation. Basically, false positive means the test fails even though the application works, like slightly UI changes. And false negative means the test passes incorrectly, missing the real world. So tester basically spends hours debugging and rerunning the test, reducing the efficiency. For examples, an AI-powered visual testing tool like AppTool would detect UI change intelligently instead of making them as failure. So how tools enhance efficiency and reduce the flakiness? So basically AI-powered test automation addresses traditional test automation challenges by making testing more adaptive, intelligent, and self-healing. So self-healing automation test means the AI detect UI locator changes and automatically update the test script. It reduces the test script failures due to minor changes. Also, it is lowers the test maintenance efforts. So for example, AI powered tool like test IAM functionize and may will detect when a button ID changes and automatically update the script and preventing the failures. Next is intelligent element recognition. So basically AI identifies elements based on the multiple attribute like position, size, function instead of relying only on XPath or CSS selector. It can change. It can recognize elements even if labels or styles changes. For example, uh, UI uses multiple attributes like size, position, and function to identify the correct button automatically. AI-driven tests cause case generation. So AI analyze application behavior and user experience interactions to generate new test cases, reduce the need of manual test creation. Also, it is ensure the higher test coverage with minimal effort. For example, AI powered tool like TestCraft analyze user behavior and generate a realistic test scenario automatically. Next is AI based visual testing and flackiness reduction. So basically, AI tool compares visual snapshot of applications to detect real UI issues by versus the minor differences. Even it reduces the false positive for insignificant UI changes. For example, a minor text alignment shift should not fail a test. AI powered tool like Apply Tools and Pershi detect meaningful UI differences instead of breaking the test. So shift from the script based automation to intelligent. Traditional test automation relies heavily on static scripts, but AI powered automation is moving towards to the self-adaptive and intelligent framework. Like feature, if you see the the locator handling. So in the traditional, it is a static locators, but in the AI-powered automation, it is basically a dynamic element recognition. For the test maintenance, it is high for the traditional automation, but in the AI-powered automation, it is low because it is self-healing automation. Uh, Flaky test. So in the traditional automation, it is high and brittle script, but in the AI powered automation, it is low and UI auto adjusts. AI auto adjusts. For the test execution, if you see in the traditional automation, the fixed test flow, but in the AI powered automation, it is adaptive and self learning execution. False positives, so it is common in the traditional automation, but in the AI powered automation, significantly reduced. For the test case generation, in the traditional automation, it is manual. For AI powered automation, AI driven. And the root cause analysis, if you want to do the root cause analysis in the traditional automation, it is manual and debugging required. So we need to debug the code. But in the AI powered automation, it fixes insights. AI provides insights and fixes. So this is the difference between the script based automation and AI powered automation. So why intelligent self-adaptive automation is the future? So basically AI-powered tool reduce test failures by dynamically adjusting to UI changes, less maintenance effort, freeing tests to focus on exploratory testing, faster test execution, decision making with AI-driven insights, improved test accuracy, minimizing false positive and negatives. AI-based tools can prioritize and optimize test execution based on risk. Next is next is key areas where AI is making a difference in test automation. So self-healing test script, like AI detect UI changes and it automatically update the test script. For example, AI checkout button ID change, then AI can adjust the test instead of the test failing. For tools, so for this you can use the tools like test IM, functionize, and MAVL. Intelligent test case generation, so AI analyze user behavior logs and defect histories to suggest high impact test cases. For example, AI recommend new test cases based on the frequent user actions in a e-commerce application. For this, we can use the tools like Testcraft, Catalan, and Applitool. Visual AI testing for UI verification. So AI-based visual comparison detect UI changes that human may miss. For example, UI can detect pixel-level UI references across browser without false positive. For this, you can use the tools like Applitool, Percy, and Selenium Visual Grid. AI in test data generation. So AI can create the synthetic test data to improve test coverage. For example, you can use the AI basically AI generates realistic user input, edge cases, and random data set for testing. So for this, you can use the tool like Tonic.ai, Data Maker, and Test Data Manager. Predictive test analysis. So AI detects flaky tests, predicts failure trends, and prioritize tests based on the risk. For example, AI identifies patterns in past failures and suggests which test to run. For this, you can use the tool like Launchable, C-Lite, or Test AI. Next segment is impacts of AML on test automation. So basically, the impacts of machine learning on test automation. In segment 2, we covered how AI is transforming test automation. Now let's explore the specific rule of machine learning and how it enhances testing by learning from the patterns, making predictions, and optimizing test execution. So what makes difference? What makes ML different from AI in testing automation? So basically, AI mimics human intelligence to automate decisions, but ML learns from the past data to improve test accuracy over time. So what is the key difference? AI is rule based, while ML improves through experience. For example, AI may automate UI testing, but ML analyze historic test failures to predict flaky tests before they happen. How ML transforming test automation. So predicting flaky tests and failure, ML analyze past test runs to detect unstable test cases. For example, if the test case has failed inconsistently across multiple builds, ML marks it as flaky and suggests fixes. For this, you can use the tool like Launchable, C-Lite, or Test AI. Intelligent test prioritization. So ML determine which test to run first based on the risk assessment. For example, instead of execution all test cases, ML prioritize those related to recent code changes. Impact. What will be the impact? You can see the fast execution, reduce the test cycle, and quicker feedback. For this, you can use the tool like Test IM, Applitool, and Mavel. Automatic defect prediction and root cause analysis. So basically, AI helps to detect patterns in defects to prevent a similar bug in the future. For example, ML learns to that a specific module frequently has an issue and flags it for deeper testing. If for this, you can use the case study like a company reduces 40% of post-production defects by implementing ML-driven machine learning driven defect analysis. Enhancing test coverage with ML based test generation. So ML learns from a real user behavior to generate test scenarios. For example, instead of relying on predefined test cases, ML analyze logs and suggest missing test case based on the user interaction. For this, you can use the tool like Functionalize, Testcraft, and Catalan AI. Intelligent log analysis and failure diagnosis. For this, machine learning scans test execution logs to identify failure pattern and suggest fixes. For example, instead of just reporting errors, ML provide actionable insights on why test case fails. For this, you can use the tools like Spunk AI, Dynatrace and Logs.io. How ML reducing false positive in automation testing. For this, uh, basically to leading the false problems positives, the traditional automation tools often fail due to the minor changes leading to the false positives. So for what is the ML solution? So adaptive algorithms distinguish real defects from minor UI variations. For impact for this, so testers spend less time debugging broken scripts and focus on real issues. The future of ML in test automation. So self-learning test automation framework that continuously improve, ML-powered test boards that analyze new code and suggest missing test cases, the rise of test ops, ML, AI ML-powered testing as services, and why testers should upskill in ML-based testing tool to stay relevant. So basically, you can upskill in ML-based testing tool. Now next segment is real world scenarios and case study. So in this segment we will explore real world examples of how AI and machine learning are revolutionized test automation. We will discuss case studies from leading tech companies, AI driven tools in action, and the measurable impact of AI ML on testing efficiency. So case study 1, reducing the test maintenance by 50%. How AI powered self healing automation reduced test maintenance by 50%. So if you're talking about the companies like global e-commerce platform like Amazon, eBay, so basically the problem is high test script failures due to the frequently UI updates, leading to 40% of automation effort spent on maintenance. So for this you have a solution like implement AI driven self-healing automation tools like test AIM and functionalize. And what will be the impact from these tools is 50% reduction in test maintenance effort, 30% faster execution as a script dynamically adjusted to UI changes, and it reduce the false positive, improving test productivity. So what is the takeaway? AI powered automation eliminates brittle test scripts, reducing manual intervention. Next case study is predict and prioritize test cases. So basically the leading fintech company is using this the case study on leading fintech companies like PayPal, Stripe. So basically the problem is running full regression test took 10 plus hours, delaying releases. What is the solution? So you can integrate the ML driven test prioritize tools like Launchable and C-Lite, which analyze past test failures and execute only high risk test cases. What is the impact on it? So test execution time reducing by 10 hours to 3 hours. Defect leakage, developer receive the faster feedback, accelerating the development. Defect leakage dropped by 30% due to the smart test selection, and also test execution time reduced from 10 hours to 3 hours. What is the key takeaway from this case study? ML based test of prioritize the optimizing test execution, reducing time to market. Next is visual testing at a banking app. So the major banking institution like JP Morgan or HSBC, the problem is the frequently UI update lead to the false test failure to automation due to the minor UI changes, font change, button shift, any other differences in UI updates. So what is the solution? So implementing the AI based visual testing using Apply tool or Percy, and it can be impacted the enhance across browser and cross platform UI consistency. Testers can focus on real defects, improving test efficiency, and 85% reduction in the false positive test cases. So what is the key takeaway from this? AI powered visual testing reduces the false failure and ensure UI consistency across the multiple platforms. How AI chatbots assist in test automation. So basically AI powered assistant like Copilot, ChatGPT and Test AI help testers generate the test scripts using manual natural languages, automate the repetitive testing task without coding expertise, and it provides the real-time insights on test failures and suggests fixes. For example, as a QA engineer asks an AI assistant generate a Selenium test for logging functionality. So AI can respond with the ready to use test script, and it will save the time. Next is the future. The AI and ML is continuous testing in DevOps. So basically AI automation is being integrated into the CI CD pipelines. It can predict analytics, foresee potential defects before release. Autonomous testing tools are evolving to fully self-adaptive framework, and for example you can use the AI in GitHub Copilot, Jenkins and TestOps in automating test script creation and execution. So basically AI and ML are already transforming test automation across industries. Companies using AI testing to see the faster release, fewer defects and improved efficiency. The future of test automation is self-learning, adaptive, and AI-driven. Segment 5. The future of ML in test automation. So if you so basically if you can learn the AI and machine learning, it will be a future for the test automation. So the evolution of AI and ML in test automation. The AI powered automation is rapidly evolving from rule based to fully autonomous testing. The industry is shifting from the scripted automation to intelligent, self-adaptive and test framework. ML is enabling predictive analytics, autonomous bug detection and risk-based test prioritization. For example, future AI tools will detect potential failures before they occur, helping teams prevent production defect proactively. The key trends shaping the future of the test automation. So basically self-healing test automation become the standard. For this, AI powered tool will automatically update the test script and UI element change. Self-healing automation will reduce the test maintenance by over effort by over the 70%. More tools like Test IAM, Mavel, Functionize and SLQ will be dominate the market. For example, a website changes its checkout button, instead of failing, a AI-driven framework auto update the locator and preventing the script failure. Autonomous testing and AI test agents. So AI powered bot will write, execute and analyze the test case with minimal human intervention. AI based test agents will understand test requirements and generate the script automatically. For example, if you want to see the tools like test.ai, SauceLab Autonomous IQ or FVens IQ, you can use for this. For example, a QA engineer describe a test scenario in natural language, and an AI agent automatically creates and run the test cases. AI powered defect predictions and risk based testing. ML models will predict which feature are most likely to have defect. AI will prioritize critical test cases based on the historical data or historical failure and risk assessment. So tools like Launchable, C-Lite and predictive test selections will gain the popularity. For example, instead of running thousands of regression tests, AI will predict the most impactful 20% of tests, saving execution time. AI driven visual and UX testing. So AI will perform context aware UI and UX testing beyond just the pixel comparison. AI will ensure or analyze user behavior and detect the accessibility and usability issues. For this, you can use the tool like Amplitude, Percy, and Lambda test. For example, AI detects that a buy now button is not accessible on mobile before users report it. AI and ML in continuous testing in DevOps. So AI driven automation will be deeply integrated into CI/CD pipelines. AI will enable continuous testing, faster feedback loops, and automated root cause analysis. Tools like Jenkins, GitHub Copilot, and AI-powered test ops will become essential. For example, AI-based tools will automatically trigger and optimize test shoot in real time based on the code change and risk analysis. How testers can prepare for AI and ML testing. So learn AI and ML basics. So basically understand AI powered testing tools, automation test tools. I will explore all the AI powered testing tools in my upcoming episodes. Explore Python, machine learning basics, and AI driven testing. So I already explained the Python in my previous videos, machine learning in this video, and AI powered testing tool we will see in our upcoming videos. Take courses on AI and testing. So you can use the Udemy, Coursera, Test Automation University to learn the AI testing tools. Adapt to low code, no code AI testing tools. Future automation will be low code and AI driven. So tester must adapt to tools like Test Time, Maven, Catalan, and Functionalize. For example, AI powered tools allow tester to create complex automation tests with minimal coding. Focus on AI enhanced test strategy and human oversight. So all the AI will augment testers, not replace them. Testers must focus on exploratory testing, AI model validation, and strategy test planning. For example, AI detects anomalies, but human testers validate business critical workflow. The road ahead, what to expect in the next 5 years. So AI driven testing will become mainstream across all industries. AI will autonomous generate and execute test cases, reducing human effort. AI ML will make testing faster, smarter, and more cost efficient. The future of testing isn't just automation, it's an AI powered intelligent testing. So segment 6, not it. Last segment is wrapping up with the final thoughts. So in this final segment, we will summarize key takeaway from the today's episode. Reflect on how AI and machine learning are reshaping test automation, and discuss what testers, QA engineers, and organizations should do next to stay ahead in this evolving landscape. So key takeaway from this episode: AI versus ML in test automation. AI improve automation efficiency, adaptability, and accuracy, and ML enables self-learning, predictive testing, and risk-based prioritization. Traditional test automation challenges high maintenance, brittle script, and false positive create insufficiency that AI-driven tools help solve. AI role in modern testing: healing tests, AI-powered test generation, visual testing, and autonomous bot are revolutionizing the software testing industry. ML impact on test automation. So ML model predict test failures, optimize execution, and prioritize the high risk test cases, reducing effort and improving the software quality. Real world success stories. So AI driven testing has reduced test execution time by 70% and significantly improved test readability and efficiency. The future of AI and ML in testing. The industry is shifting towards autonomous testing, AI test agents, and continuous predictive test strategies integrated with DevOps. Testers must evolve. A learning AI testing tool, adaptive low code automation, and focus on strategy to testing oversight are crucial for the future. How can you prepare for AI driven testing? For this, you can upskill in AI ML. So, learn how AI powered tools work and integrate them in your test strategy. Experiment with the AI powered testing tool. Explore test IM, ML, Mavel, Applitool, and AI based test execution platform. Adapt a mindset to continuous learning. AI is evolving faster, so staying updated is the key to staying relevant. Balance AI with human expertise. AI enhanced test automation, but human validation is still essential for critical business logic and ethical testing. Integrate AI into DevOps and CI/CD pipelines, so AI-driven automation will become an essential part of agile DevOps and cloud testing environment. Final thought, the future of ML in test automation. So AI and ML are no longer future trends. They are already transforming test automation today. As AI advances, we will see more self-adaptive and intelligent and autonomous testing frameworks. The role of testers and QA professionals is evolving. Embracing AI is the key to thriving in the next generation of software testing. So, closing quote, AI won't replace testers, but testers who use AI will replace those who don't. So thank you for tuning into the second episode of our series. I hope you have gained a better understanding of how AI is shaping the future of software testing. Until next time, stay tuned, stay ahead, and keep innovative. Have a question or want to deep dive in? Leave a comment or share your experience with AI powered testing. We can hear your thought and comment on them. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit notification bell so you don't miss out on our next videos about episode 3, that is AI driven testing tool, a deep dive.